Hello, folks. Welcome to the Joe Morley Sports Show. I am Joe Morley here on YouTube. We will do our team preview of the 2020 Cleveland Browns. If you don't know who I am, I'm Joe Morley. I run JoeMorleySports.com. I also have an Instagram, Facebook. If you guys want to go check that out, I post daily on there. Here's a team preview. If you are a Cleveland Browns fan, you were very upset last year. Very upset with Freddie Kitchels and the way that season went last year. And you were expecting a lot more. I think everybody was expecting a lot more. It didn't happen. Freddie Kitchels is now gone. Here's your head coach. Kevin Stefanski comes over from the Minnesota Vikings, 37 years old. He was actually the runner-up against Freddie Kitchels last year. And you wonder if they felt that way the whole year, like, man, we screwed up. And he was the Minnesota Vikings offense coordinator last year, and you saw what he did with Devin Cook and the rest of that offense over there. He's worked for Brad Childress, Leslie Frazier, and Mike Zimmer in Minnesota. So you see how he worked his way up over there, and is supposed to be that offensive mind. He had Kirk Cousins as his quarterback, so if he can make Kirk Cousins look good, then everybody could look good, right? So let's move on to the team rankings from last year. This is the Cleveland Browns team rankings from 2019 with Freddie Kitchels as their coach, right? So last year you expected that offense to be great. You expected Baker Mayfield to take that step. You expected Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry to be great. It just never happened. It didn't turn out, from watching the games early in the season, it looked like Freddie Kitchell forgot how to run inside the red zone, and they were trying to pass like. I remember watching wasn't it like 4 straight passing plays on the 1 yard line or something like that, where it's like, what are you guys doing? So they forgot about that. It was just a bad season. The defense had a rough year. They gave up 11 games where they gave up 100 yards, I want to say, and in 7 of the 11 games, they gave up 140 or more. So they have a tough chance of coming back on that. Like I said, just the offense forgot how to run the ball early in the red zone, and that was mainly it. And turnovers killed them too. So it is what it is. Here's your starting quarterback, Baker Mayfield. Played all 16 games. Where you see the main issue is his interceptions right there. 21 interceptions. You can't do that. He only had 14 as a rookie. Now he has 21. It's a big increase. His completion percentage is down to 59%. You don't like to see that. You like to see it in the mid-60s, hopefully. I did go and look to see how actually bad he was, like if it was how many drops it was. They had 31 drops as a team, which was the same as his rookie season, which they had about 30. Bad passes, actually passes that were actually on target, like to his intended target, he was 70%. So that's not bad then, because you know how completion percentage takes into effect a lot of other stuff like throwaways and stuff like that, and that counts as it goes on your completion. So actually being on target passes were 70%, so that's something to look forward to. He was sacked 40 times, which is I think 18 more times in his rookie season, so he was running for his life back there. He's had 3 rushing touchdowns last year, so yeah, at times he looked bad, but I think he started to get it going as the season went on. So here's your superstars that I like in Cleveland. Of course, Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. And everybody knows Nick Chubb, and you might get mad and say, why'd you put Nick Chubb instead of Kareem Hunt? I like Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb is a superstar. Landry last year had 83 catches for 1,174 yards, 6 TDs. Odell Beckham had 74 for 1,035 yards, 4 TDs. And, of course, Chubb had that breakout season of 1,494 yards, 8 touchdowns, and to go along with 278 yards receiving. Here's the draft picks. They had to go offensive line, right? They had to get offensive line to help Baker Mayfield out. They had to do something. Grant Delpit, I think, is a great one. They were rumored to have him going as a first round. He drops, so that's good. The other guys are going to be hit and miss. We'll see what happens. I always like the wide receivers. I always like the good wide receivers at the bottom. So we'll see what they can do. And plus, he's going to learn. Look who he's learning from, right? He's going to be in a good wide receiver room. So we'll see what happens there. Here's your depth chart. We already talked about Baker Mayfield. Nick Chubb already talked about. Kareem Hunt is right there too. he was suspended for the first 8 games. It took him a while to get back into it, but once you saw him into the offense, it was a different offense. And if they could somehow come up with a way to have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt on the field at the same time, it's going to be very dangerous, right? Especially with the way that Kareem Hunt can catch the ball out of the backfield. Kareem Hunt only had 175 yards rushing last year, but he had 285 receiving. So that helps out, and then 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, Chubb and Hunt are going to be a great 1-2 combination. If they could just have Hunt like receiving the ball, the defense isn't gonna know what to do, right? They're gonna be like, should we stick Chubb and bring another guy in, or have to watch Hunt? It's gonna be a great weapon to have, and Kareem Hunt's a great weapon to have. Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Rashawn Higgins really didn't do much last year. We'll see what happens with him. Austin Hooper comes in, and that tight end position last year really didn't give him anything. So Austin Hooper coming in, and he played in Atlanta last year where he got a 787 yards reception, 6 touchdowns, so he'll be good. You got the 2 new offensive tackles, Jack Conklin and Willis. That's a great move. That you had to do something. You had to show Baker Mayfield that we are buying into you. We are going to protect you, and you are our future. So go out there and let's perform. You had to show Baker Mayfield that. So getting those 2 big offensive tackles should help out. Conklin's unbelievable. So this should be an improved team, an improved offensive line, an improved offense. You got him the tight end that he can get. I don't see how. I mean, Odell Beckham last year he only had 2 100 yards games, so I don't see how defenses are going to be able to just stick with him anymore. And there's too many there should be too many weapons. Stefanski should know what to do with this team better than Freddie Kitchens. Here's your defense. Myles Garrett, we all know he played 10 games last year, then he got suspended. If he could stay on the field, he was actually pretty good. He had 10 sacks in 10 games. So, I mean, it was only going to get better. The 2 defensive tackles are pretty good. They had 8.5 sacks between the 2 of them. Olivia Vernon is we expected better. Right? I don't know about you. Maybe Cleveland Brown fans can let me know. But I expected better. He only had 3.5 sacks. I thought he was going to be a little bit better. They brought in Adrian Claiborne, who's pretty good. He's just more of a rushing guy. B.J. Goodson's coming over from the Packers, where he only started 9 games last year. We didn't have great stats. The year before with the New York Giants, when he actually got to play, he actually put up good stats. So I think he only has 160 career tackles. So we'll see. Mac Wilson came alive last year. He had 82 tackles. I think he'll improve again. Takati is, what is he? He only started 1 game, I think. So we'll see what he does. Denzel Ward. I like Denzel Ward. Everybody should like Denzel Ward. We'll see what he does. He played 12 games with 2 interceptions and 11 pass defenses last year. Delpit's going to be the rookie. Greedy Williams, he played 12 games last year, and I wasn't impressed with him. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll take that next step. But the guy I like, the guy I think that if he could stay healthy, I know he's had injury problems in the past, but Karl Joseph, he's coming from the Raiders. Karl Joseph is, if you haven't watched highlights on him, man, this guy lays the hit. This guy is very good, and I think against Detroit last year, he got the game-winning interception to win the door for shut down Matthew Stafford and the Lions against the Raiders last year. But Karl Joseph was a first-round pick by the Raiders. He just fell out of favor over there. They drafted another safety over there, and it took him down. But when he was on the field, and I think the Raiders started to love him, and then it just got to the point where we can't pay him because we already have these other safeties. And so, but this is the Browns' benefit. The Browns are going to benefit off of Karl Joseph, and I think a lot of you, he's a little undersized, but I think once you watch him play, a lot of people are going to fall in love with Karl Joseph. Here's the Ravens schedule, or the Browns schedule. Sorry, I was looking at the first game of the Ravens. Which right off the bat, might as well start, right? And if anybody can do it, the Browns have been able to hang in with their division in most of their games. So we'll see if they can stop the Ravens this year. I don't know if you can beat them week 1, but maybe it would give you that test to see how good you are, and then later on in the season play them again. The Bengals, the Redskins. So you start off with the best, and then it kind of gets easier for you, right? It starts to get easy. You play the Colts, see how good they are. Then the division rival Steelers, the Bengals again. Raider game should be a good game. Texans, Eagles, Jags. So it's not too tough of a schedule, right? I mean, you start off hard against the Ravens, and then it gets easy. Then it gets a little bit tougher in the middle, depending on how these teams turn out. Ravens again, and then you finish off pretty, the Giants and the Jets. Should be easy, and then the division game at the end of the season. So not too tough of a schedule. Not like a daunting, hard schedule. So and it looks like it's spread out pretty good, so they should be able to ride it out. So this is my prediction. I'm going to go 7-9. Just because the defense is still a little bit young, the offense is going to be working together. I like the offensive line. I think I think they should be a lot better, and I think incorporating some of these new weapons should be getting there. So 7-9 is what I'm going to go with. 10-6 has a high if a couple things make and break and go their way. But say some injuries hit again and they start to fall apart, and something happens on the defense where they lose a guy or two. I could see him dropping down to 4-12, but I would like the 7-9. I think the 7-9 is a good prediction. I know Browns fans are probably not going to be happy with that, but 7-9 is where I see them at. So here's the salary cap status for the next couple of years. Of course, they have 37 this year. They've had money for the last couple of years. 37 for the rookies this year. Next year they have 36 million. But there's not really a lot of people that they need to sign. Olivia Vernon and Kareem Hunt will be like their only main two free agents that will be available. I think they don't really get hit and need to spend money until after the 2021 season, which then you'll see like Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and Mayfield. So that's when you got to look at the contracts. So that's my 2020 preview of the Cleveland Browns at 7-9. I'm sorry, I try to go better. I like the talent. I liked Odell Beckham. I liked Jarvis Landry. I even like Baker Mayfield. A lot of people are down on him. I like him. I like Kareem Hunt. I love Nick Chubb. I think he's going to be a great player. So I just think it's going to take a while to get that new system in, get them going. But I think there will be improvement, and I think they're going to look a lot better than they did in 2019. I think they're actually going to run the ball in the red zone. They're going to find ways to score the ball, score touchdowns. And I hope they prove my prediction wrong, because if there's one team that everybody roots for, it's probably the Cleveland Browns, right? Because everybody wants to see Cleveland succeed because of how bad they've been. Everybody wants to see the underdogs, victorious one time, right? So hopefully they prove me wrong. But I think just being in the division with the Steelers and the Ravens, having the first-year head coach is just going to hold them down 1 year, and then hopefully by next year they'll have it rolling, ready to go, and everybody has the offense, and then add that one or two more pieces, and then be done. So I'm Joe Morley. You can check me out at joemorleysports.com. You can go to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can hit me up on there. You can let me know if you're a Cleveland Brown fan. Let me know what I missed. Let me know what I didn't see. Let me know what you think. Put it down in the comments, and that's what we're here for. We're here to talk sports. So I'm Joe Morley, and I'm out, guys.